Good morning, sweet friends. Listen, I want to go over with you today how to make a really good sweet potato casserole that you can make at Christmas. Now, y'all, this sweet potato casserole goes great with ham. It goes great with turkey. So I've got me a bunch of sweet potatoes here. I'm fixing to wash all these. I've got about 7 or 8. Just use whatever you have. If you don't have many coming, then just use a few. If you have a lot coming, you can use a lot. You just double your recipe. But anyway, I fixed to wash these and cut them up in kind of chunkies, just any old way, because we're going to mix them in the mixer, and I'm going to show you what I'll put in it. And so let me get these washed and cut up, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, I put them on a rag over here so they can kind of drip a little bit. Y'all know I always cut mine in big old things like this to start with, so they're easy to peel, and it's quick. So that's how I do it. I just do like this, and then I'm gonna peel them and cut them in chunks, and I'll have them in that boiler in just 2 shakes of a happy sheep still. I remember one time George and I planted sweet potatoes in our little old garden. We never had done it before, y'all. We made enough sweet potatoes to feed an army, and I love sweet potatoes, and they're actually really good for you. Y'all ever eat them raw? Well, you can. You can eat them raw, and I've done that too. It's Sunday morning right now, but I probably won't put this on till tomorrow because I got, oh my gosh, that's not a sweet potato. Oh, it is. I've never seen a white sweet potato. Y'all, that is a sweet potato. I'm scared to put it in there. I don't know how that got in the mix. Is there such a thing as a white sweet potato? You people that grow them out there, I've never seen them before. I'm telling you. When I was teaching in elementary school, something we used to love to do is get you a whole sweet potato and put half of it down in the water in a quart jar and half of it sticking up. And I'm telling you, it would grow the prettiest leaves and everything on it, and roots came out. It was so pretty. Anyway, this is how I do it. And that way I just cut it and peel it real good. And it doesn't take but a second. Like that. And then I'm going to cut it in a chunk. Throw it in my pot. And I'll be done. Okay? But anyway, even though it's Sunday, I won't post this till tomorrow. I doubt very seriously if I will. I might possibly do it this afternoon, but I doubt it. I got to put it all together. I have to link all of them together before I can even make a whole video. Okay, y'all, I got them all cut up in little cubes. Kind of sort of the same size. I'm going to turn it on high. I'm not going to put any salt or anything like that in it. And just gonna get it going like that. We had the best time yesterday at the book signing. We had a huge crowd, as y'all could see when I posted that video of it, or posted pictures of it. But anyway, I wanted to talk to all the people, but I could not. And here's the reason. That line was so long that I was working so fast just to get my name on the book that I didn't have time to really enjoy the people as much as I would have liked to. And I hope y'all didn't feel jilted because I couldn't do that, but that's just the way it was. There was just so many people out there that we just had to sign and go. Like that. And little Banks was working herself silly, and with Callie, they were selling the books, and they were working hard too. Let's let these get tender, and then I'm going to show you how to do the rest of the recipe. It's actually in one of y'all's books that you bought. I can't remember if it was the first or second. I kind of think it was the first one. But anyway, we're going to kind of go by that, but I'm going to have to tweak it some because I don't have very many sweet potatoes. But it's easy to tweak. Y'all, while our potatoes are boiling, and I'm fixing to wash some dishes right here. Do y'all like to wash dishes in cold weather? I do. I love to stick my hand in that warm water. It feels so good. But I want to tell you something. This morning when I took my shower, I used Amish Farm soap. And I washed my hair with this, y'all. I washed my body and my hair. It's a huge bar. Look at that. But anyway, this makes nice stocking stuffers for Christmas. Y'all need to get you some. They have all different kinds of fancy wrapping and all that kind of stuff in there, and all kind of pretty different kinds of things that will look good in a stocking. But the one I get is just that plain. That's just plain, and I think it comes 5 or 6 in a bag. And I'm gonna put you the link. And listen, the Canada people that are following me, and there's beginning to be a bunch. I've got you a link in there too, and it'll say for CA or Canada. And I'm gonna put you a link. All you have to do is just press it, and you will find it. But I want to tell you that while my potatoes are boiling, because I may forget. And it's good soap. It's good for your skin. It's good for all kinds of things that ail you. Your hair too. I'll be back. They're not quite done yet, the potatoes. All right, y'all, our sweet potatoes are good and tender. And so I'm going to just drain them in a colander real quickly. And then we're going to mix it all together. Wait just a second. Let me get my sink cleaned out. Okay. So what we're going to do while those are draining is this. Now, when I'm using my mixer like this, I like to use the wire for this particular dish. And the reason is, you know how sometimes sweet potatoes get strings in it? Well, when you use the wire, the strings wrap around this wire and it cleans your potatoes. So the recipe calls for a whole cup of sugar. I'm not putting it. And the reason I'm not putting it is because I don't have many sweet potatoes. I'm just going to put in a half a cup. And I'm going to put in a stick of butter. I melted it. I'm going to do that around a little bit. It is cold outside this morning. I went out there and old Jack Frost was out there. Y'all know him. There was some frozen, and my bird waterer out there is frozen. I'm going to put in 2 eggs in it. Your egg is what makes it kind of stick together and set up. So I'm going to put 2 eggs in there. If you had a lot of potatoes, I still wouldn't put but 2 eggs. It just doesn't need that much, okay? We're going to put a dash of cinnamon. And a teaspoon of vanilla. I mean, this has got to be good, right? it always is good. Woo! That's a little much. Okay, I think our potatoes are drained. Let's put them in there. This is really easy and it's so good, y'all. You're going to love it. And what you need to do is taste it once you got this beat up. And you can tell if it needs more sugar. I don't think mine is. I didn't have that many. I hope I get a few strings on here just so I can show you how it's supposed to look. Okay? Now, so it won't be so thick with the egg if you add just a dash of milk. According to how many potatoes you've got. All right, let's look and see if we got any strings on it. No, I got one little bitty one right there. I don't have many. But I have a few. See that? And so I'm going to rinse that off and get those strings off of there, and then it won't be in my potato dish. it back on. That just helps it. I know y'all have noticed it before. Some potatoes are stringier than others. Okay, this is fairly thick. Let me show you how it looks. That's how it looks. I'm gonna put just a dash of milk in it because I don't want it dry when we finish. I'm gonna put just a little bit, just to kind of, whatever kind of milk you got will work. It doesn't matter. Okay, that's it. Now we're gonna make our topping, which is delicious. Come over here and have a seat. I'm coming. Now let me get my potatoes and our casserole dish. Let's see what I need this morning. I think this will do. This right here. That'll do. All right. Oh, we're just going to put it in here. You don't have to grease it or anything like that. Light's terrible. There. Just put it in, and then we're going to put our topping on top of it. And that's going to make it, I'm telling you. I forgot to taste it, didn't I? I know it's good, though. I've made it too many times. Okay. That's it. Spread it around in there. Now, if yours is big, use a bigger casserole. It's delicious. Okay, I'm going to turn you off till I get all my ingredients together. We're going to put our topping on and then we'll be done. It's so easy. All right, we're ready to do our topping. It's easy, easy, easy. You're going to need you some white lily self-rising flour. I had it upside down, but I don't think I need. The reason we're using the self-rising is we want our topping to rise up a little bit. It's almost going to be like a cookie. Y'all, this is good flour. I know that some of you have been writing in and saying that you can't find it. I'm going to put 2/3 cup in there, I think. Let me see let me look again. Yeah, 2/3 cup, and this is 1/3 right here of cup. But this flour is real fine. It's and no, all flours are not alike. This self-rising is unreal. It's really good. My mama used to not even, and I don't either, buy cake flour. We didn't have to, because this is so fine that it just does it. It just does everything you want. So that's 2/3 cup of white lily self-rising flour. We're gonna got that in there. We're going to need 2 cups of your light brown sugar. Let me give it something to stir around a little bit with. And when you put this on top of the sweet potatoes, y'all, it is so good. I'm going to mix that up just a little bit. The last thing, well, next to the last thing that goes in it is you need you a cup of some Preacher's pecans. And cut them in pieces. Now this one right here, this is a fancy pecan halves because I'm out of pieces. When you're out of pieces, what do? You cut up the halves. But I don't want to cut them real fine. I want them kind of chunky. And boy, when you put this on there, it's almost like you're eating a cookie on top of your sweet potato casserole. They make the pieces. This is what I like right here. This is a huge box, and these they're got the caramel stuff on it. In other words, that's got the sugar stuff on it. This is the one that you put in your candy dish and have it out when people come. It won't last long though. I keep mine in the freezer, and now I just close them up when I need to. But I don't want to put those in here. Those I'm just going to eat with. Okay? Somebody asked me yesterday, how cold was it here in Andalusia, Alabama? Well, yesterday it was in the 30s. But when we were out there signing books, I think it was in the 40s. And to us, that's cold, y'all. We're not used to it. I'm tender. That's good enough right there. See? Put those in your bowl. Like that. And melt you a half a stick of butter and put in there. And that's all. And here it is, it's butter. Like that. We're going to stir it around, and it's going to make it kind of wet. It's going to make it kind of crumbly wet. And we're going to sprinkle this all on the top. And then that sugar is going to melt in there when we put it in the oven. Let me see what temperature I said to cook it on. 350 from 30 to 40 minutes. You can tell by just looking at the topping of it. Now this is enough topping to go on a lot of sweet potatoes. So, you know, you don't... I didn't have any sweet potatoes, but we're going to have a lot of topping and a little bit of potatoes today. All right, now I'm going to mash it together so it kind of forms a little... Make sure everything is wet in there with that good butter. All right, that looks good to me. Now let me get my... Some of y'all are saying, Miss Brenda, you're using your hands. You need to use a spoon. No, I do not. I like my hands. I'm thankful I've got hands to use. All right, I'm going to sprinkle this all on the top here. And it's going to be just like a cookie on top of there. Give everybody some pecans now. You want to make sure you do that. This is going to be delicious, y'all, for your Christmas dinner. And let me say this. You can make this the day before, even with a topping. You just make it. That morning on Christmas Day, get it out of the refrigerator and sit it to the side and let it get room temperature while you're doing something else. And then at the last, put it in your oven on 350 and cook it about 30 or 40 minutes till it gets pretty good and hot and everything. But the reason you don't want to just take it right out of your refrigerator and pop it right in your oven is because it's so cold. If you've got it room temperature, it's going to cook a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and cook mine. I'm going to put it in my oven, which I don't have preheated. I should have had it, but I don't. Let me start it. All right, now it's preheated. So this is a good casserole. Today I'm going to have mine with cabbage. Cabbage and ham is what I'm going to have today. Cabbages are going to be our vegetable, ham's going to be our meat, and sweet potatoes are going to be our vegetable. And I hadn't decided on what kind of bread. I think I'm going to make a hoe cake to go with that cabbage. I love hoe cakes with cabbage. All right, but anyway, that's all I wanted to tell you today, other than it is Sunday. And but like I say, I probably won't show this till I might can get it on in the next few minutes. We'll see. You may not get to see the casserole finished, but you know how it's supposed to look, don't you? And when you get these, fix them in a candy dish with a top that goes on it. A clear candy dish with a top. And it's a good snack. And it'll be nice when you have people to come in that you've got a little pecan sitting around for them to nibble on. Have a great Sunday. We're going to have our musical today at church. Adult musical. So y'all tune in to your Bethany Andalusia. And you can watch it with us. Love you. Christ is born. Love you. Bye-bye.